Hello and welcome back to the Long Dark. We are currently in the camp office where we left off yesterday. There's our supplies. And currently our condition is good. You might want to drink a bit and maybe eat something. But aside from that, everything seems to be... I'm just going to eat a couple of the cattail stalks. Okay, so we are quite full. Excellent, so now to check what the weather is like outside, and where am I? Oh, there, Steve. Sounds quite a bit like a storm. And it's not quite a storm, but overall it is snowing a bit, but the sun seems to be coming up and it seems like it's as good a time as any to head out. Now for today I decided to move towards the back to the railroad track and continue down that path. So, as I noted before, the derailment to the right of where I am currently didn't seem to... well, the locomotive wasn't there, so I'd wager it kept going forward, and currently I'm thinking I'm gonna harvest a couple of kilos of the now frozen deer. I'd wager that the locomotive kept going. That's the way I came from on episode 2, so I'm gonna keep heading this way for now, and considering the weather isn't the greatest, I'm just going to stick somewhat close to the railroad just so that I can... Is that a corpse or a... No, I think that's just a... Oh, it is a corpse. For a moment there I thought it was just a bit of wood. But no, it was a totally pointless corpse. Hello there. I'm not gonna shoot you. I don't need you. Not to mention that I don't even have the gun with me. Okay. So... overall, the weather's not too bad. The snow isn't coming down too hard. There's quite a bit of wind, but it only feels like -12. So, I don't know. We could burn down our heat quite rapidly if we're not careful. Especially considering that due to the quite open nature of the railroad track, there's nothing to shield me from the wind. Okay, it seems like there's at least a fallen tree, or a couple, and some sort of train car as well. That doesn't look like the locomotive, rather just cars full of wood. So you shall be Jimmy Carr, and you shall be Alan Carr. So we've discovered the tunnel collapse, and some dog food and an energy bar. Very nice. Overall, things considered, as long as we will be able to find twigs and probably even proper wood, so building a fire won't be a problem. But I did leave without...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
proper rations. I do have a good amount of water. That water being something that, as long as you have a reasonable amount of it, I don't really see a reason to leave behind. Just melt as needed, basically. Okay, so I'm gonna head down this way. It seems like up ahead down there is a log that I could chop apart. A couple of logs. Oh, a bit of fur. So let's chop a bit of fur. And make sure. Okay, so we're down to half on our heat bar, so we might want to consider building a small fire soon. I'm just going to, as I've mentioned before, my sense of direction is nothing great, but I think I can manage just doing straight lines. So I'm gonna take I'm going to take a flare and okay, so I'm gonna take a flare and place it there and point it properly, of course, that way. So now the grey bit is pointing to where I was going, and the red bit is pointing to where I need to go in order to get back. Oh! Look there, in the distance, there's a small cabin. So we might warm ourselves up there.
What have we here?
Some matches. The good wooden ones. Very nice. Max's last stand, so I assume you are Max then. I'm very sorry about the whole thing. Well, at least you're not a Steve, you're a Max. So now I have another landmark to work by. I need to head to Max's last stand, and from there to the top of the tall hill. And from there my flare should guide me back. I just hope the flare will be there. That's a wolf dealing with the fresh kill. There's also a carcass here, a frozen one. So I'm going to take the hide and the guts. I don't need the meat. There's not a lot of meat there, and I do have a good 2 kilos. So for the moment, I will be good. I will be fine. There's some smoke coming from the chimney. So I don't know what to make of that, really. To be brutally honest, I did assume everyone to be quite dead, so either that's some sort of weird oversight, or it's one of those Amish electric wood, whatever fireplaces that they make. Crafty people, those Amish, though. And the shack looks absolutely tiny, and you can fuck off, wolf. Fuck right off. Bit of bandage, and the candy bar. A sewing kit, excellent. So there's a chair. There's a couple of rifle rounds, which makes sense considering this is apparently some sort of a hunting shack. So I'm gonna take the matches and the flare and more rifle rounds. Excellent. A snare, some tools. Some jerky. I'm just gonna a rifle cleaning kit and some cloth. I'm just gonna take everything and not come back here. I'm gonna take the reclaimed wood and the tea. Excellent. Oh, a bit of proper firewood as well. So, I again, where is the kerosene coming from? I tried to search for it in my inventory. I couldn't find it. Whether that means that I'm just not paying attention could very well be, to be honest. So let's start building a fire. I'm a little hesitant to use the accelerant right now. I don't have a lot of accelerant left, and I do want to stay, you know, I want to keep up my ability to make a fire. But this time everything seems to have worked out rather well. I'm going to toss in the reclaimed wood and the other cedar block, and I'm also going to cook up one of the older pieces of venison, and also our cup of coffee. Coffee staves off exhaustion rather well, and considering that I do still need to make my way back from here, it is never a... Oh, and also I am a bit encumbered as well. Just realised. That's all. That's probably something that I should have expected. Oh, lantern fuel. Excellent. Some newsprint. Need to check the locker. Oh, some basic hiking boots. And nothing else. I'm gonna check what the quality on the basic hiking boots is like. They... Well, that was a weird thing. So the quality on the basic hiking boots, they're in good repair, but unfortunately they aren't nearly as good as the work boots. So I assume this is the moment to do some lockpicking. Oh well, let's see. Tiny, slow increments. Don't want to go too fast. Don't want to go too fast. Okay, so that's tumbler 1. Tumbler 2. And tumbler 3. So that's a tumblerina. Oh, a premium winter coat. Made for pros. And a rifle round. So let's check out immediately the premium winter coat. It has a better wind chill bonus than the Mariners P coat, so I'm just gonna break down this ski jacket. About 7 hours of daylight, so while we still have the time, let's try to repair this thing a little bit. Okay, so we repaired it to 100. So it gives the same warmth bonus, but it has a better wind chill bonus. So for now, I think I'm going to go for that. I'm also going to break down the basic boots for some leather, because currently they're worse than the work boots, and I do have one spare pair of work boots back at the camp office. So currently I do not... Oh, did not mean to drop that. I currently don't see a reason to look around anything that I can't use, or anything that isn't. Okay, so I might have to drink a bit of something. So let's have a quick glug of water. And then let's head back down and towards Max's last stand. You never know. With the way the wolves kill the deer, it could be that there will be, sooner or later, there will be no more live deer here. So I might have to start considering moving on. Luckily, it hasn't been too windy, so my footprints are still here, so I can follow them back, which is excellent. Every little bit helps, because I could not find my way out of a wet paper bag. Okay. So there is Maxwell's, well, Max's last stand. Hello there, Maxwell. And we're gonna head to the top of this tall hill. And there is my flare, so I'll align myself according and grab it. I have been taking great leaps coming up. It's like, how tall am I to take that leap as a step? But anyway, we're gonna head back to the railroad track. This has been quite a fruitful expedition. Okay, and there we can see Jimmy Carr and Alan Carr. Okay. Still not too bad. I am carrying a little bit excess, so that's going to sap my strength somewhat. Hopefully it won't be too bad. For the time being, I'm going to try to prioritize eating everything fresh first, because I do have a good amount of canned goods right now. Another good source of emergency rations is the lake, and rather the lake shore with the cattail plants. Seems like there's a couple of fallen trees down there, so there could be something in the way of firewood down there. Also, oh, there's firewood up there. The closer I can come, well, let's say the less far I have to go to grab firewood, the better for now. But the winter jacket that I picked up at the cabin is definitely very much worth any expedition, considering that it is very good against the wind. Some more cedar. So, with all this cedar, I don't know about surviving, but I know that my corpse won't have any moths on it, I suppose. So if anyone else survives, they can just have at it, I suppose. I'm not gonna be in any condition to stop them, to be honest. both on 82. That is good, that is good. Okay, so it feels like plus 10 inside. Probably thanks to all the clothing I'm wearing. So here we go, and let's drop the fur first. Drop all. Then the cedar. Okay, so the saplings are about 56% cured. The leather and the guts quite a bit less. But for now, we are still doing rather good. Rather good. One thing that I am very hesitant to do is to head out before the gut and hides have had time to cure. So for now, we are going to have to stay put. So let's get rid of the cans. And of course the chocolate bars and the beef jerky. The energy bar I shall shove into my greedy gob, as well as a drink of water. So first let's plonk this down. There and there. An organized mind is a far gone mind. Well, let's put the crackers at the end here. And we can leave the peanut butter next to the candy bars. Who knows, maybe one cold, dark night I'll get totally insane and try to dip some of the chocolate into the peanut butter, come off with something truly, truly great. Got plenty of beef jerky, good amount of canned goods. On the bottom shelf I have nothing, but we do also have the peanut butter, candy bars and salty crackers. Some extremely salty crackers. Oh yes, and another fry bar. And another can opener. Okay. So let's drop the pry bar and one of the toolkits. Currently we do definitely have a good stock of everything. Pretty soon I might start filling the drawers as well, but for now you can really hear the wind howling. Okay, so this lantern has some kerosene, so I'm going to take that and have a look through the crafting menu. So there's an alternative to bandages, or no, apparently it's a bandage that also fights against infection. Required materials: old man spearlichen and bandage. A simple torch, okay. A simple snare, one of those we actually did manage to find. So hook 3, so I assume one batch of scrap metal makes for 3 hooks, and one cured gut makes for 2 lines. So I do actually have some lines, so I'm going to craft a couple of fishing hooks. It is now officially night. Okay, so there's also quite a lot of clothing, a wolfskin coat, a bearskin bedroll, and a survival bow. That might be very useful. So I could actually replace the one I lost. Still a bit weird about that. Okay, so the cured birch sapling is used to make shafts for the arrows. And for the bow I need maple for the bow, so I might need to look for that. And also required is the hunting knife, which I luckily do have. So to make an arrow, we need an arrow shaft, an arrow head, and a crow feather. Did I miss the... no. Weird. I wonder how you make the arrow heads. Them not being listed there. Nothing there. So... oh, first aid kit. I was under the impression I had searched that, but clearly not. Okay, but we are well set for... just gonna move that there. Thereabouts, maybe? About there? Somewhere on the... yeah, there, on the edge. That's great. Okay, so I think that's that for this episode. Join me again next time when I head in the other direction. So hopefully that will also be very well interesting and fruitful. I'm very happy about the jacket that I found. But yes, I shall catch you next time.